This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. Topping our news at this hour, new developments in the shooting of a congressman and several others during a baseball practice this morning in Alexandria, Virginia. The FBI is now taking over the investigation as more details start to emerge about the gunman. ABC's Lana Zach has that story.
We are learning more about the suspected gunman, James T. Hodgkinson, whose life was apparently starting to unravel.
We believe that the shooter has been leaving out of his vehicle.
His wife tells us that he left for Alexandria, Virginia 2 months ago without work. Investigators looking at his social media, including a cartoon critical of Congressman Steve Scalise, who was among the 4 shooting victims. President Trump visiting the hospital Wednesday night. Just before the shooting began, one congressman was approached by a stranger now believed to be Hodgkinson.
I did have an interaction with someone in the parking lot who asked me if the team practicing was a Democrat or Republican team. I told him they were Republicans. He said, "Okay, thanks."
Moments later, gunshots pierced the air. The shooter at third base, Congressman Scalise, hit on second. Rand Paul ducking behind a tree.
We had no arms. All we had was bats.
Others scurrying to the dugout. Capitol Hill police on the scene returned fire.
It was not only chaotic, but it was a combat situation.
Representative Joe Barton's 10-year-old son Jack was on the field. Members tried to protect him in the dugout.
He had 25 dads. Everybody out there was looking out for him, not just me.
Partisanship cast aside in shared disbelief.
We are united in our shock. We are united in our anguish. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us.
And in a show of solidarity and determination, that charity baseball game scheduled for Thursday will continue undeterred. With one noticeable change, Republicans and Democrats will all be wearing the same uniform, that of LSU, in honor of Congressman Scalise. Reporting from the Delray section of Alexandria, Lana Zach, ABC News.
And our 2 Suncoast congressmen, Representative Vern Buchanan and Tom Rooney, are both in Washington, D.C. right now. Congressman Buchanan's staff tells us that he was not at the practice this morning. He released a statement on his Facebook page saying, quote, "My staff and I are safe, praying for Steve Scalise, the congressional staff, and Capitol police officers involved." We have also learned that Congressman Tom Rooney was at the practice this morning, but he left about 5 minutes before that shooting happened. Governor Rick Scott and the Florida cabinet held a moment of silence before their meeting today in response to the shooting. Florida's Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam is a former member of Congress. He says there was never a large security presence when he took part in the practices and the game during his time in the nation's capital.
There's never been an issue, but there's also never been security. The fact that a member of leadership was there in the form of Steve Scalise's whip undoubtedly saved lives, because there were people there who could immobilize the shooter.
Yes, because if there had not been a leader there, security detail would not have been there. Governor Scott also responded to the shooting saying, quote, "Hopefully we can all say a prayer for everyone involved, that they are safe and will have a full recovery." New tonight, the North Bridge to Siesta Key was closed for several hours after a 3-vehicle accident this evening. It happened around 7 o'clock at the intersection of Fauble Street and Heigl Avenue. ABC7's Rick Adams is joining us live from the scene with more on this accident tonight. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, the crash happened right back there. It has left some people fighting for their lives tonight. The scene was a mangled mess of vehicles. 3 cars involved in a crash on Heigl Avenue on Siesta Key. One of the vehicles actually split in half. For Stacy Holmes and his wife, they ride their bikes on this road frequently. They were shocked to see what had happened.
Crazy. I can't believe how many cars are involved here.
4 people were sent to the hospital with serious to critical injuries. Police say it does appear that at least one of the vehicles was going too fast. The area where the crash happened has a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit.
We do believe that speed was a factor in this crash, and so based on that, they're taking measurements, trying to piece together exactly what happened, speaking to witnesses that may have seen what occurred, and so we're just piecing that all together as part of the investigation.
The crash did shut down the North Bridge to Siesta Key, forcing drivers to take the South Bridge onto the island. Authorities are continuing with their investigation. This road and the North Bridge had reopened just a short while ago. Reporting live from Siesta Key this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. A victim of a recent hit and run is speaking out tonight after she says it took police more than 2 weeks to open an investigation. Jennifer Manis was on her way to work last month when a driver turning off of Tamiami Trail hit her and drove off. The entire thing was caught on surveillance video seen here. While officers from Sarasota Police Department did arrive on the scene following the crash, Manis says a full investigation did not begin for 16 days.
We had to get the footage ourselves and pick it up, and then they finally looked at it, and that's when they put it online.
Investigators received an anonymous tip that matched the suspect's vehicle, but with no way to prove who was behind the wheel at the time. The case is now inactive until more information becomes available. And now for a check on our forecast, which we did see some storms earlier. Let's head over to Bob.
A lot of things today. Lightning, we had water spouts, beautiful rainbow, double rainbow at that. And on top of that, gorgeous sunset. We can see some clouds out there and some showers still existing right now. Some light rain, not out of the question through this evening. We'll see that light rain around over the next couple of hours, I should say, and then things will look much brighter to start the day off tomorrow. Rainfall amounts, a very impressive east of I-75. Similar conditions expected tomorrow with most of the action east of I-75, but one or two will make their way toward the coast late in the afternoon. Look at this, 2.6 inches of rain near Parrish today. There was a flood advisory at one point because that all came down within less than an hour for the most part. Currently, we have just a few clouds around 74 degrees. Dew point is at 71. Fairly typical for this time of year. East and northeast winds at 5. And the pressure 30.07 inches at this time. And we are anticipating temperatures to warm up tomorrow into the upper 80s once again to near 90 degrees. Right now, current temps in the low to mid 70s where they have been pretty much all evening long. More in your forecast in just a few minutes. Haley.
Thank you, Bob. The Washington Post is reporting that special counsel Robert Mueller is investigating President Trump for possible obstruction of justice. Mueller is already involved in the Russia investigation. The report cites anonymous sources who were briefed on requests made by investigators. A spokesman for Trump's personal lawyer says the FBI leak on information regarding the president is outrageous and illegal. It's not known if the FBI is the source of the information. Accusations of obstruction arose last month when Trump fired FBI Director James Comey. Comey testified in a Senate hearing last week that he believed he was fired because of the Russia investigation. 3 people are dead after a man opened fire at a UPS facility in San Francisco during an early morning meeting. Police say the man started shooting during a driver's meeting. Nearby residents were ordered to shelter in place. A total of 5 workers were shot. Police found the suspect inside the building, but when they approached him, he shot and killed himself. About 350 employees work at this facility. It's not yet known if the shooter had worked for the company, but he was reportedly wearing a UPS uniform. The investigation continues tonight into a high-rise fire in London that claimed the lives of 12 people so far. Firefighters say it's the worst they have ever seen.
I've been in 25 years. I've never seen a fire with that intensity spread so quickly throughout a building of this size. It is unprecedented, as our Commissioner said this morning. It's been extremely challenging for our staff, and our condolences certainly go out to anybody that's been affected by this incident here today.
The flames trapping more than 100 families inside. Some made ropes out of sheets to escape through the windows. Now safety is being called into question. Some witnesses say they didn't hear any fire alarms going off when this fire broke out. Residents also say prior warnings about the building's safety were ignored. There's also material in that building that is being investigated. New details tonight in the manhunt for 2 inmates accused of killing 2 guards and escaping from a prison bus. A Georgia sheriff says the green Honda the inmates allegedly stole after the shooting has been found. It was recovered in a wooded area near a house that investigators believe Donnie Rowe and Ricky Dubose burglarized yesterday. Police now believe they are in a Ford pickup truck with the Georgia tag BCX5372. The reward for information leading to their capture is now at $90,000. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, in light of the state's opioid crisis, a new law that hands down harsher penalties for those in possession of these dangerous drugs. And it hasn't been done in 10 years, a big change coming to the federal red snapper season.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
The official salon of ABC7.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Nah in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Well, Bob, these storms in the afternoon are leading to some really nice sunsets in the evening. It's
yeah,
really
not only
pretty.
that, yeah, we had a water spout today, too. A lot of people talking about that and kind of seeing that on our Facebook page as well. Water spout right around 4:30 to 5 o'clock this afternoon at New Pass. We showed that picture earlier, and now we're going to show you what the sunset looked like on the Van Wezel webcam. Some storms around at that time, kind of moving on through. And then a beautiful, gorgeous sunset with the pink sky right there at the Van Wezel webcam looking out over Sarasota Bay. Just gorgeous. And sunsets, there were plenty of them sent in. Can't get to all the photos and pictures that were sent in, but Norm got this beautiful one coming right there between the Ritz. Norm, yes, Norm Schimmel shooting that one. And look at this, gorgeous beach house. Out on, again, Anna Maria, John getting this one, gorgeous mid to upper level clouds around, and a double rainbow. What does it mean? Jim Holtz sending this one in, and another double rainbow. You can't really see it, but there's a Rosedale right there on State Road 70, just east of I-75. Steve sending that one in, and some other folks sending them in from Raymond James Stadium, where U2 was playing tonight. I guess they could see the nice rainbow there, too. Appreciate all the photos being sent in, too. Pics at mysuncoast.com. And you can see most of the rain is over. Some light rain still around, not much, but we can expect this light rain to dissipate. And then a fog forming. If skies clear enough, we could see a little bit more fog, but looks like patchy fog will be expected throughout the morning hours. It should burn off rather quickly. Well, look at this, a strong tropical wave in the eastern Pacific, which is a little unusual to see it this early in the season, but it has a chance, a 20% chance developing into a tropical system over the next 5 days. That's what the National Hurricane Center is giving it. And another area here over the Yucatan Peninsula has a chance, but more than likely if it were to develop and move off into the western Gulf of Mexico and bring some heavy rain possibly to Texas and into Mexico over the upcoming days. But it really shows you that things are starting already to get a little active down there in the Caribbean and in the Atlantic. 74 right now and clear skies at the airport. The humidity at 91%. We have an east-northeast wind at 5, and the pressure is on the rise. The high today, 87 degrees, a couple degrees shy of the normal, and no rainfall at the airport, which has been unusual for the month of June. So far, we're over 5 inches above average, and for the year, 0.10 of an inch below average. That will probably change tomorrow afternoon, as we're expecting showers and storms to move in once again later in the day, and it looks as though the rain chances fairly high for the inland counties, especially a little lower right near the coast as a result of a little bit more southwesterly flow. But that wind out of the southwest won't be all that strong, and so I do expect to see some of the shower activity make its way back toward the coast later on in the day, and it looks like similar conditions again expected on Friday and into the weekend too. Temperatures right now 70s into Detroit and also into Chicago, Cleveland, and St. Louis right now. 79 in Kansas City, 99 still hot in Phoenix, and temperatures are expected to stay that way too over the southern plain states. For boaters tomorrow, winds will be out of the southeast to start the morning off at around 10 knots and then subside down to 5 knots and switch around to the southwest later in the afternoon. Basin inland waters will be smooth, and the water temperature now at 84 degrees. The expected high in the beaches will be 86, and tides upcoming 6:18 for a high tide. Low tide will be at 11:10. Showers ending, partly cloudy, some patchy fog, and a low of 73 degrees. The forecast tomorrow looks like this. We'll see partly cloudy skies in the morning, some clouds coming in the afternoon, a high near 89 inland areas, into the mid to upper 80s near the coast. Winds out of the southeast turning to the west later on in the day. The extended forecast calling for a 40% chance for scattered storms through Saturday. Better chances as we head into Father's Day. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Florida's murder rate is now the highest it has been in the past decade. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement released the latest crime numbers today. Last year, there were more than 1,100 murders, including the 49 people killed in the Pulse nightclub attack. In 2015, 1,040 people were murdered. Overall crime rates, though, are down across the state, mostly due to a decrease in robberies and burglaries. Drug dealers and those found in possession of specific opioids will now face harsher penalties under a new law signed by Governor Scott today. The law will allow dealers who sell fentanyl, heroin, and other drugs that lead to a fatal overdose to be charged with murder. Those caught with at least 4 grams of fentanyl or similar drugs would face a minimum 3-year sentence. Anyone caught with 14 or more grams of fentanyl would be imprisoned for at least 14 years. Those caught with 28 or more grams would serve a minimum 25-year sentence. Governor Scott also signed a total of 28 bills into law today. They include legislation requiring the public to be notified about pollution within 24 hours of an incident. It will also provide more resources for pollution prevention and recovery. Another law will require state colleges and universities to be more transparent about student loan debt and provide students with more information about their loans every year. A third law requires the Florida Department of Transportation to study the costs and viability of creating a statewide system to designate safe school crossing locations. And Governor Scott has a year and a half left in office, but one group is already planning for the day he leaves. The League of Women Voters Florida branch is filing a petition to keep Governor Scott from appointing 3 state Supreme Court justices on his last day. The group says his successor should make that decision. Term limits are forcing 3 justices to retire on the day Scott leaves office in January of 2019. Scott has said he plans to name their replacements that same morning. For the first time in a decade, the red snapper season has been extended. The U.S. Commerce Department has announced the restarted season begins on Friday in federal waters and will continue for 39 weekend days and holidays through Labor Day. The catch is recreational snapper fishing in state waters will also only be on weekends. Gulf state officials have praised the decision, but an environmental group and a Charter Captains Association estimate that anglers will take nearly triple their allocated quota, potentially canceling next year's recreational season entirely. But we just have to see how this one goes first. Another park could be coming to Manatee County. Schrader Manatee Ranch is offering to donate land from the premier sports campus to the county. As part of the deal, the land would be donated in exchange for compensation for improvements being made to the sports campus. Schrader Manatee Ranch is also requesting that a 36-acre piece of land be used for a new aquatic center and parking spaces within the next 5 years. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Here's a look at tonight's show. Don't overthink it.
I read into Draymond Green. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's going to be mad when he hears all of this. You're going to be like, why did you cry for me?
I said, what's up, Draymond? He said, what's up, Fox? How you feeling?
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I dream of the creature by night and by day. Wielding my weapon, I slaughter my prey. 2,000 cash, I'll be rolling in dough. So hey, you big monster, come out from below. So hey, you big monster, come out from below.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
I'm Alan Cohn, keeping young talent on the Suncoast. Graduation season is here, but why are so many millennials eager to leave the area? We'll investigate.
Tomorrow on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, sports.
The Rays looking to sweep the Blue Jays tonight after last night's win in Toronto. The game's scoreless until the top of the third when Corey Dickerson hits a 2 RBI triple and the Rays go up by 2. Now to the bottom of the fifth, the Blue Jays down 3-2. Kendrys Morales with a home run. The Blue Jays get 3 runs on the play and take the lead 5-3. Top of the eighth, Rays down by 3. Logan Morrison hits a 2-run home run. And same inning, Derek Norris ties it up for the Rays, but the Blue Jays go on to win this one 7-6 after Russell Martin hits a home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Penguins fans were out in full force in the Steel City today to celebrate the Stanley Cup Championship. The city hosting a victory parade for the team today. The crowds were massive, with some even watching from parking garages. An estimated 650,000 people attended today's parade. That's more than double the city's population and breaks last year's record of 400,000. The Penguins defeated the Nashville Predators 2-0 in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sunday night. It's the 5th Stanley Cup overall for the Penguins, tying them with the Edmonton Oilers for the 6th most in NHL history. That's a look at sports. We'll have our lotto numbers right after this.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Daredevil Arundhara Walenda will try to upend her husband Nick tomorrow on the 5th anniversary of Nick's tightrope walk above Niagara Falls. Arundhara has something a little more daring planned. She will try to fly over Niagara Falls, hanging from a helicopter by her teeth.
I remember watching Nicholas as he was crossing the falls and thinking, boy, I wonder what that would feel like, or like, I wonder what it would look like, never thinking that 5 years later I was going to get the same opportunity. So I just feel blessed.
Arundhara will fly about 300 feet above the falls in a stunt that will last up to 7 minutes. The event will get underway at 8:30 tomorrow evening. Oh my goodness. you have to be a special person,
Daredevil.
a daredevil, to be in this family. I mean, they're amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah, I remember when Nick did it, and it's going to be interesting to watch tomorrow. And I tell you what, I don't think I could do it.
Oh, I know I couldn't do it.
No,
I couldn't even think about doing it.
It's scary just to think about.
Just
You're
to
absolutely.
think about it. It's crazy.
We are going to see some scary afternoon thunderstorms tomorrow. The dangerous lightning mainly doesn't appear anything too severe.
Right, so always pack those umbrellas this time of year. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening.